Good morning. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar, Empowering Tourism Through User-Generated Content. My name is Nick Fry. I'm the Manager of Business Development with Tourism Nova Scotia. And if you're just joining us for the first time, Tourism Nova Scotia works with communities and industry to attract visitors to the province of Nova Scotia. We want to increase tourism revenues through experience and sector development, business coaching, marketing, and visitor servicing. So really happy that you're able to join us today. And this content that we're going to provide will really help your business. So we will having some trouble there. Okay, perfect. I was just having trouble moving that slide through. So today's webinar, if you have any questions throughout, please put it in the Q&A at the bottom. All the webinars are great when they're asked questions throughout, so please don't be shy. Any links or resources we talk about, we'll make sure we share after the fact. So you don't need to go and search them while we're on the webinar. You can do so after the fact, and we'll make sure we share those with you after. If you find today's webinar really helpful, you can come back, watch it again. You can share it with a colleague, and if you have to run and come back and watch it again, we're happy to do for you to be able to do that. So they're all available there on our website and through Digiport. And speaking of Digiport, I'm hoping that you joined us today through Digiport. It's a partnership with Digital Nova Scotia and Tourism Nova Scotia. It's a one-stop shop of interactive services that can really help your tourism business with educational opportunities, programming, access to one-on-ones with experts, and also an overview of all sorts of really great, strong topics. So if you haven't joined up to Digiport, please go check out the website, nsdigiport.ca. And if you're already there, that's great. I hope you're sharing that with your industry colleagues to let them know about it. So I'm really excited to have Will Yang here today from Defuro Marketing. And, when you talk to Will about their team, like what really sets them apart is their content and marketing are very creative and authentic. So the market is changing so quickly that you have to be creative, and Will and his team definitely do that. So Defuro means different, and under Will's leadership, they do things differently, and they help their clients stand out by offering an inclusive marketing strategy across various services like video production, photography, social media, website, and other content development. We'll look at some of the images Will has shot and some of the video. It's really, really well done. By embracing inclusive marketing, they ensure that your brand will reach a wider mosaic of communities with meaningful, authentic, and impactful visuals and messages. This approach really aligns your brand with the values of the customers, who are increasingly demanding greater attention to diversity, equality, and inclusion. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Will on the screen and share his presentation. And again, if you have any questions throughout, please put it in the Q&A at the bottom.
Thank you very much, Nick. Good morning, everyone. Okay, I'm going to share my screen right now. Okay. Awesome. Nick, can everybody see this okay?
Looks great.
Perfect. Thank you. Well, welcome. I think this is one of the first webinars in the fall, and thank you everybody take time here to listen to this very interesting topic, which is user-generated content. We call them UGC. It's very important and it's very user-friendly, and it's very efficient, cost-efficient as well. It's very accessible for your clients and customers. So first, I want to do a little land acknowledgement that we are in Mi'kmaq, the ancestral and traditional lands of Mi'kmaq people, and we acknowledge that the peace and friendship treaties signed in this territory and recognize that we are all treaty people. Okay, today's agenda. So we're gonna go through the overview of UGC and to explain what and why we should do UGC. And we'll explain things about the motivations and incentivizing behind UGC. We'll do some case studies. We're also going to compare the UGC and influencer marketing because they are kind of similar. And we're also gonna share some ideas and tips to the businesses in the hotel and restaurant industry. And we have Q&A in the end, as Nick mentioned. So the picture behind that was a little UGC a few years ago during COVID that we did. We just shared with Gahan House and the Four Seasons. I'm gonna share that a little bit more later. So this is us, DeFerro, and we do inclusive marketing and content marketing in Nova Scotia, and we have some clients here. You probably see some of the images or videos that we produced for Tourism Nova Scotia, Digital Nova Scotia, or Discover Halifax that in the library. So if you want to scan the QR code to subscribe our mailing list, that would be awesome. You have more chance to do that in later. So this is a little bit about me. So I moved to Nova Scotia in 2015. So it's almost 10 years. And I'm so happy to call Nova Scotia home because it's so beautiful. So I went to NSCC for their filmmaking program. So making films are my profession, and along with digital marketing, I find it helps each other. So I do this since 2017, and I've done very interesting campaigns for like the Halifax Shopping Center, Tourism Nova Scotia, or we also made a seltzer with Gurubal Brewery, very fun, and we also promote Nova 7's beautiful Nova Scotian wine to other market. Okay, here's a little bit overview and objectives today. So we're gonna understand and the concepts of what UGC is in the tourism industry. We're also gonna learn the practical strategies to encourage and leverage UGC authentically promote your business. And we're gonna also gain some skills to implement the UGC campaigns and engage with the audience. UGC is one of the most efficient ways to engage with your audience. So we're gonna learn that today as well. Here are a few photos. This is the campaign, not a campaign, this is the UGC we captured and shared with Dine Around in 2021, I believe. It was a lot of fun. So it's me and my friend Selena, we go out, we just, dining around and capture some photos. It just happened that, we have some cameras to take photos by cameras, but like normally when you see UGCs are captured by the smartphones, right? So it was a lot of fun, and we share all the images on social media, tagging them, and they reuse them all over the place. It was great. I love Dine Around. Okay, so what is UGC? The definition of UGC is any form of content that is created and shared by your customers and visitors rather than your brand itself. It's very important that if you have a good UGC strategy, your customers and visitors can be your content creator to create content for you. And those content are very valuable for your brand. And the types of UGCs are like photos, videos, reviews on TripAdvisor or Google Business, and testimonials online, like social media comments, posts, blog posts, and other forms. So the value of UGC is, first, it's very authentic. It's very important because it's user generated. It's not you pump your own tire. The second, the engagement rate is extremely high because your users' content on their platform will attract a lot of their friends, family, followers, engagement, which will transfer to your engagement. A third is the influence, right? So this will make a huge difference in your visitor and potential customers when they make decisions to go to your business or not, because it's very it's very different because it's peer review, right? It's peer recommendation. It's not, an online commercial that you paid money for. So that's the three values here for UGC. Maybe more photos of UGC. The first photo on the left are when we do the Lunar New Year campaigns. We invite a lot of our friends in the shopping center. We did little photo shoot, and then they use their own smartphones, capture some content, and share with us and half the shopping center. And that is UGC. See, the whole campaign itself we shot. That's not UGC. It's a commercial, but their content, and they tag us online, and we reshared that, the transfer all the traffic and their influence to the campaign we created. It's very useful. And the photo on the top right are in 2018 when we do some marketing for Nova 7 in Benjamin Bridge, beautiful summer. And also we have our friends taking their own content and share on social media to help us, which are UGC. The last one on the right bottom corner, where we did some so you have two cameras there. That's a good example what is and what is not UGC. So Jeff on the left taking professional videos. We just do a little campaign for Citadel. Citadel is cool, the tour, and we did a ghost tour there. It's very awesome. And me, I just want UGC. I love UGC, right? So although I'm in the shot, I capture some phone footage as myself as well to share on social media to help the campaign, which is UGC. Why UGC? We talked about this a little bit. So I think UGC is not foreign to all of you if you are in the tourism industry, because a lot of your visitors did share a lot of content and tag you on social media. So let's dive in. So the first is trust and credibility. When we do UGC, it has a lot of trust in it. Not when we do UGC, when your visitor do UGC, trust, credibility, authenticity, very important. And second is cost-effective marketing. You probably don't have to pay anything for people to capture content for your brand or for your sites or for your restaurants or hotels. But you do have to set rules, which we'll talk about later on, to be UGC-able for your business and brands. And that's very important. So once you build that, your cost of people's content will be very low. Third one is SEO benefits. When they tag you on social media, when they leave a review on TripAdvisor, when they have a geo tag, they like, oh, I checked, I went to Pegasus Clover somewhere. That will help your SEO a lot, actually. The fourth one is enhanced engagement. We mentioned a little bit that on what is UGC, that the UGC will influence users, their inner circle, and followers, which will transfer the engagement to your brand. It's very important. Just imagine this way. Like, for example, you went to a new restaurant that opened in Halifax, and you use your phone, take a photo, and post on, let's say, Instagram and Facebook, and your family will ask, oh, how's the price? It's a very authentic way to engage, right? How's the price? How's the food? Your friends like, oh, let's go there next weekend to try it again. So instead of like imagine if you're the restaurant, like, are we opening? Yeah, like probably people won't be so keen to tag their friends if it's not a huge brand or something, right? Because it's a new business, a new brand. The last one is social proof. As we mentioned, people love other people's authentic opinion. Is very important rather than watching an ad on YouTube, right? So this is why we have to do UGC. I really love the cost-effective part. So here's a case study. So we're doing a campaign for Toridori right now, which is a new restaurant in Queensmark on the waterfront. It's beautiful, and it's like a fusion Asian cuisine there. Very young vibe, beautiful decor, and their tagline is authentic but never traditional. And they open very late. They open until 2 a.m. And their price point is lower than other restaurants on waterfront. A beautiful place. So today I'm going to showcase their UGC strategy. Okay, so the girl on screen is Emma, and Emma is my friend, and also you can see Zach, also my friend on the screen, that we went to Toridori to try their cuisine. So the first photo on the left, I was using my phone to capture that. And I posted on Instagram story. I tag my friends, of course. I also tag Toridori, and I put a geotag there as well. I hide it. So that's me as a user, created content, I post on Instagram. And then Toridori, 2 days later, as you can see on the screen, August 22nd, they screenshot my post, and they reshared on their story, right? So it's very important. Yeah. First, there's a little pro tip for UGC. First, you have to document and archive everything. You have to do that because you have to build a library of UGC, because it's gonna be gone very soon, right? For example, the stories are 24 hours. If you don't do that, it's gone. It's gone forever. So they repost that, and then the third photo, of course, another thing, and they screenshot a lot of UGC content, and they saved on their library, and they post a carousel post on their Instagram later on, as you can see in the last photo. I'm gonna jump to the next slide. Okay, so here, let's see the first one, right? So many different UGCs from different people. You can see some are like a professional shot, some are the more authentic phone shots there, different type, right? There are UGC, a lot of tags there. Uh, so they just screenshot everything, or like archive everything and then repost. Very important, right? So on the right is, you can see, I just nosy, see how many people liked, and there are many people liked there, and a lot of my friends liked, because as I mentioned, the UGC can transfer your users engagement to yours, right? As you can see, some of my friends, like all the top, like the ones I can message, they are my friend because they use my content. So my friends saw that, they will like it as well, right? So it's a little case study for Toridori. Please try it. It's beautifully done. It's very authentic Asian food, amazing. If you are very adventurous foodies, there are some very interesting dishes there. One is a fish with head there. Yeah, scary. Okay, so next one is motivations and incentivizing UGC creation. We have to understand why people do that. Why they spend time to create content and tag me, um, tag my business online. So there are some emotional drivers there. Capture joy, because we are humans. If we're happy and we save some money to experience your business, we want to capture it, right? And may as well post it. The second one, seek validation. As I mentioned, we're all humans, so validation is important. It's more important for some people than others. Third one is give advice. You don't have to be an influencer to give advice to other people. Maybe you just want to just not be helpful online, right? We'll use internet every day. So those are the emotional drivers why people do that, right? To be honest, I rarely do that personally. Uh, when I do, when I go out for a business trip, for example, like Toradora, because we do business for them, I may do it, but sometimes I just want to be zen. I don't do it, right? So it depends. Some people are more keen than others. And secondly, encouraging guests to share. So if some people are on the edge, like, do I have to share it? Maybe not. Encourage them, right? There are ways to do that. So you have to train and educate your customers. There's another pro tip here. It's very, very important to set a clear rules about your UGC strategy. You have to let your visitors, call them players, like what's the game rule here? Like how, right? So you can set up a rule like contest with rewards. For example, let's just take a Toridori, for example. Maybe they would say, okay, we're gonna have a free dinner for four if your UGC got chosen, right? So that's a way. And features on official channels. Some people want to be a potential influencer, so your brand featuring them on your official channels are validations, and you guys are sharing each other's traffic and followers, so it's a win-win situation. Third, simplify the sharing process. So for example, a QR code on the bill, right? A lot of restaurants do that. Or let's say make a little sign when you have for example, a restaurant. You have a very beautiful corner. You think, oh, this is super UGCable place. It's beautiful and it's tasty, like this little thing. So you can put a sign printed there, so you can constantly remind people, if you like our food, if you like your experience, please share, and we probably gonna reshare online. It's very important. So make the game rule easy, and make it very clear. The photo, sorry, I just love this photo. The photo is cropped, but this photo is our UGC Keji. It's a beautiful fall. Hate to say summer's gone, but here we are. So the next one is understanding the UGC, the difference between UGC and influencer marketing. You probably know influencer marketing. You probably have done some of the influencer marketings. In some aspects, they are very similar, but they are very different. So we're going to dive in. UGC, the definition of UGC, we mentioned, is the user-generated content, right? So it's created by everyday users and customers. If your rule is clear and simple, time after time, people would remember every time they go to your business or use your brand, they will do that. You don't have to, they're educated and trained. They are like great players. They know, right? For example, taking myself, for example, every time I go to the Cincy spa, I would take a photo. Just because, I just want to do that because I saw so many UGCs online. And my mind was trained. And so they have to choose to share their experiences. You cannot force them. The third one is without compensation, right? You can give some of their rewards at first, but it's not like a paid gig for your everyday users. On the other hand, the influencer marketing is partnership with individuals who have significant followings and the power. So they are influencers first. You're working with influencers, and I have to say, I have to remind everybody that influencer is a profession and they should be respected. It's very important. Sometimes treat them like a free meal, like a free cup of, a beer or like tea. I think in 2024 we have to understand that it's a profession. People make a living on that. and that might be their own, their own income, right? So, and when we say the word partnerships right now, ethically, when you do influencer marketing, you have to label that this is paid partnership on social media. And second is compensated in endorsement collaborations. Rather you give them you pay them by hour, by whatever, um, is paid, right? So because it's paid, so it's less authentic, right? So we go to the second column, the authenticity. So the UGC is very authentic. It's very authentic. If there's nothing 100% authentic, you wouldn't screenshot a bad review and use for UGC. But it's more authentic. It's highly authentic because your happy customers want to share that, right? So the UGC, another pro tip, the core behind UGC is to make your customer feel your brand is valuable and they want to be part of it, because people want to be part of it, right? People buy very expensive things, a good brand of things, they will take a photo and share with other people, share online. So it's authentic, but you have to be good for them to be authentic, to say good things about you. And influencer marketing is, it's highly crafted. It's professionally highly crafted. Sometimes, yes, they use phone, but the phone I can be super crafted about all the content I shot on the phone, right? Uh, there's a very interesting thing about capturing, like phone or camera. Like when we at school, the teacher mentioned, as soon as you pick up your camera, you're very subjective, right? You don't have to do like Photoshop or like crop. You're using a very narrow perspective to see the world. So influencer marketing is less authentic than UGC. And the third one, reaching engagement. UGC are authentically having a lot of engagements and reach to their authentic circle, right? So customers network is very interesting. Their family, their friends, their followers, and however, it's unpredictable because it's not paid, because each customers are so different. So it's very unpredictable. So don't expect a lot from UGC because they're not like a giant influencer, right? Meanwhile, influencer marketing can be, targeted to their demographic, or sometimes, paid ad online. So it's aligned with their audience interests and align with your goal. It's more like a campaign. The last one is effectiveness. So it's very important that you lower your cost for UGC, possibly zero, because it's a UGC. It's not a paid gig. So as I mentioned, the pro tip before, make your brand and make your business UGCable. You have to think why people want to share. You want to go back to those three emotional drivers. Are you good at those three? Are you giving them validations? Are you giving them a beautiful place for them to capture content, right? Because a lot of content right now are photos, or like short videos online. So make your business maybe more beautiful than before, right? What's the trend? What will make them to pick up their phone to capture some content? But influencer marketing are required budget to pay them, right? I would highly recommend everybody pay your influencer, not just like a free stay. I think a free stay more like a UGC thing, in my perspective. Okay, so another UGC case study is between Art Pays Me and HalleyTube. So Art Pays Me is a clothing brand owned by Dwayne Johnson, a great artist, a good friend of mine, and very open-minded to collaborate with different other artists. So the campaign is called Many Faces, One Halifax, and it's a clothing line, very simple. T-shirt, hoodies, and sweaters. It's a limited edition between Art Pays Me and HalleyTube. HalleyTube is a multicultural, multimedia marketing events hub here. So we just want to celebrate, we want to, make something cool and something fun, right? So as you can see the screenshot here, the this is a music video, beautifully done music video. It's called East Coast Family. You can watch on YouTube. And they just pick up our clothing and use it. And we just screenshot and reuse again as UGC for free. Very important, for free. Okay, let's dive in. So first, set the rule. We posted HiTube and RPaysMe. Here, oh, another pro tip here is to use the collaborator function on Instagram. So when you post a feed post or stories, I think, feed, I would say feed for now. A feed on Instagram, you can choose your collaborator. What does that mean is you, for example, this poster had to post it, but I chose RPaysMe as a collaborator. So RPaysMe will have a notification said, HowTube invited you as a collaborator on this post. Do you accept it? And they accepted. So the same post showed up on our two accounts, right, at the same time. And every likes people like will feed to the same post, and every comment will merge together as well, right? So we have pop-up shop at Halifax Shopping Center there. Thanks to our partner Halifax Shopping Center. This is the day, this time, and this is the theme. Come here and check it out. And the second photo is our customers just came here and say, oh, I want to have a photo with the clothing and the great artist Dwayne. So her friends was taking photos, and you know what? She shared and we screenshot again. We just use it for free to post again on RPaysMe and HowTube. Again, we use the collaborator function. And you can see the last photos are many faces, one Halifax hoodie that the artist was using in her music video. It's great. And HowTube's like, comment, this is so cool. Why not? You have to engage with people. Okay. This is another little UGC. Yeah, so from left to right, left is, friends taking photos, share online. The right is me and Dwayne counting money, right? Sells well. That's our goal. Everybody, our goal is on the right, just counting money, like, wow, counting money. Okay. UGC ideas and tips for hotels. So I was thinking, because a lot of us today are having hotel or Airbnb or inns business. So what you can do is let your guests to share their highlights of their experience, right? So you can encourage the guests to share their room views, moments, special amenities, little gifts you give them, anything, right? So lower your costs, but put a lot of thoughts behind this, right? For example, you have a little cottage hotel. Let's say you have a little cottage, and today you have like 4 people checking in. Instead of I'm gonna buy them expensive wine and let them to give me a good review. How about not spending money? How about think? How to communicate with them, how to encourage them, how to set up the rule that to make them to enjoy your facility itself without any add-on things you give them, right? So when you think deeper, you will say, okay, maybe this is a long-term strategy. Maybe I have to rethink my business, like the experience they have. Maybe I have to, to do those things, right? It's very important. I think it's like a self-reflection, right? What do people want to share? Your business experience? Yes or no? Maybe not. Why? Where I can improve this business and the thing, right? So you can place like reminders in rooms and common areas and say, if you love your stay, please use this hashtag, tag this account on your social media, right? And you can also say, we will blah, 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 if you want to incentivize them. Maybe I would choose one person per month who shared UGC online to give them another stay, right? Something like that to just to kick off your UGC strategy. So culinary creations, if you have, if you're Airbnb or if you hotel, feature the dishes in your restaurant or room services. And as I mentioned, mention the rule and remind them to take photos. I find food and views are the most it's the easiest thing for people to capture and share online. Oh, beautiful view, awesome, right? A great food. I don't know why people always take food photography. It's just crazy. So easy for people to take food photography. So it's great, right? If your hotels or inns create, have food there, remind them, right? So photo contest, free meal, I don't know, something like that. Third one, event memories. Hotels are a great venues for a lot of events, right? So, and weddings, conference, all of those things are. So use every single event as a resource that you have, as opportunities you have to let people to generate UGC and use your rule. Remember, if they just take photos and share, like test to their friend, it's not UGC, it's not public, right? It's not following your rule. What is your rule, right? So share online, tag this specific account and hashtag this, right? To help your engagement and SEO. So here are some ideas. Oh, sorry, that the photo, I love this photo, it's very authentic. Is my friend Cindy. We do some UGC at Four Seasons Halifax Hotel. Why not? Okay, ideas and tips for restaurant. The photos are Excelius in Dartmouth. Beautiful, beautiful cuisine. So share your best dish, right? As we just mentioned, if you have a restaurant business, congratulations. It's the easiest thing for your customer to share content online. So encourage them to post photos or stories or short videos of their favorite dish, right? Using your rule, right? The key is using your rule, not just test their friend. So you can print signs, it can be more permanent, QR codes. And there's another pro tip is, restaurant sometimes over the years, I work with the clients and clients ask me sometimes, um, they may facing like, okay, bad reviews, maybe not very good, happy customers, right? Everybody have bad days. So the pro tip is you don't have to let everybody to share online. You don't have to encourage, right? Maybe it's your fault that day. You're sick. Your dish sucks. That's fine. Things happen, right? But don't encourage those customer if they're still angry. Like, oh, do you want to share a review online? Yeah, some people do that. Don't encourage, right? It's a marketing. UGC at the end of the day is a marketing. As I mentioned, it's authentic, but it's not 100% authentic. You as business owners or operators probably don't want those marketings. They're bad marketing. Second is customer reviews online. So for this one, I would say specifically, encourage them or go to your good reviews, screenshot them, repost them, use them as your asset, right? You may have bad reviews, like that's a PR thing, how you to deal with them. Third one is themed photo contests, right? For example, if I think we can learn from the themed contests, or like themed campaigns like Burger Week. You can learn from that, right? Set a theme. For example, in your restaurant, maybe you're doing like everything seafood. Like, okay, what's your best seafood, um, you know, um, dish, right? People like, oh, maybe this one on the menu, maybe that one on the menu. Just set a very clear rule give people reason to share, right? There are a million reasons why today is a good day to share, right? It's a holiday, it's throwback Thursday, it's any day, just give people a reason. People don't care, right? Just give them reason to share. So here are some ideas and tips for a restaurant. Um, so I have a lot of free, I spent some time to make the whole mind maps of how to do a UGC campaign and set up um, for your business. I know it's not readable because it's gigantic, but after this workshop, I want to share this with everybody so you can go through everything. I can go through a tiny little bit here, so you have to understand what is the UGC. You have to plan in the UGC campaign and think of long term, right? Think if this UGC campaign works, I want to make it long term because that will lower your costs, lower your just free yourself rather than like educate your customers ever like again, right? And then try to choose the right UGC format, photo or video or like social media hashtag or both, or all of them. Create engaging using guidelines, make it simple and make it clear, and promote UGC campaign, right? Just maybe face-to-face collaboration with the influencers. We just mentioned, a little bit about the influencer marketing. You can utilize that to promote your long-term free UGC strategy, or you can engaging with the contributors, right? So you have to acknowledge them, right? If they tag you on their posts, please engage with them. Like, we're not like Louis Vuitton's, like we're not that cold, right? So engage with them, be down to earth, like to validate your customers. They spend, some people may spend 30 minutes to edit the photo they just took and share that online as a free content for you, right? So it's very important to acknowledge and reward them, or like build a community, right? Build a community is very important because another whole topic. Maybe start right now. When you screenshot, write down their names. Oh wow, this person, right? Blah blah. They did this today, and then 2 months later, oh wow, I remember this name. So maybe this person is our champion. Maybe we should have a little community to include these people to have events or have a group chat, or I don't know, have something to have a community sense. It's very important, and you can curate and showcase the UGC. UGC is a great marketing material for other marketing methods. Like, for example, let's say you have an email campaign, like an email bulletin every month. Let's say you can use like every month you can feature a UGC, like what our clients say, what our visitors said, right? And put it in your email. Use the reuse again, right? It's very authentic. It's amazing content. It's invaluable. So use them again. Archive, have a strategy, and use them, reuse them again, right? And in the end, always measure the success of UGC. Maybe the rule you set up at first is not good enough, right? So see this, okay, this sucks. It's not good. People don't buy this. People don't, buy this rule. People don't want to take photos and share based on this rule, or and is because my facility is not UGCable. Maybe I should spend some time to rethink, my business again. Like, to maybe put more decors, put more services, put more flavors in the dishes, something like that, right? So I will share this. Maybe Nick or Lena, Jennifer, share this with everybody as a little gift from us, and you can contact us. Now is a good time to take a screenshot of our QR code. Just or shoot me an email, info@deferral.ca. Love to connect with everybody, to have coffee or chat, anything like that. Also, we have, as Nick mentioned, we have a one-on-one Ask an Expert service. Sorry, I was missing another half of the quotation here. I believe it's for free for you, so you can book me on DigiPort. remember to register and find your favorite expert online. Okay, this is the very end slide. I can explain a little bit about the background. So that was the seltzer we made with Good Robot. It's very cool. I don't know if it's I was saving time, so I didn't make it a slides. But you know, we invite some community members to come here, right? These are all the UGCs people capture, their friends, and tag us. And we have a little package, we have a little tote bag, have a little card. So thank you for coming. And with the rules, UGC rules, very important. Say, please tag us and blah, 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 blah. All the rules there, and people just enjoying it, right? Give them like, you know, a free can of seltzer. They're happy and they feel validated and they're enjoying their moments and they buy 5, right away. So, and it has been a pleasure. Right now is Q&A time. So back to Nick. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Will. Just a quick question. I'm not sure. I think that some popped up at the bottom here. So, and if you may have covered one or two of them, just bear with me.
Sorry.
So,
Okay.
did we touch on the gimbal app question?
Oh, I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Nick. I didn't
So
see
we had
the...
a question. We had a question from
Okay.
Terry that said, I have a gimbal, but the app is corrupted and blocked by Google. Is there another app? Only asked them because I saw a gimbal in one of your photos. And then they had a follow-up, which is you mentioned hiding geotag. How do you do that?
Right. Okay. So I'll do the gimbal one. So is the gimbal phone gimbal or the gimbal is a gimbal for camera? May I ask? Okay, I can explain right now to save some time. So if it's a camera gimbal, a giant gimbal, which I think you have to use their own software. If it's a phone gimbal, as you mentioned, Google, it might be a phone gimbal. Sometimes you can avoid connect to a software, right? So gimbal is like a physical thing. Like once they're balanced, they are balanced. If you don't need like another functions like, you know, auto follow or something, you just want a steady shots on your phone, you probably don't have to connect to their software. But you can shoot me a email and put your gimbal's model number there, and I can help you for sure. And the second one is how to hide geotags. Yes, sometimes we don't want our posts look so messy, like tag here, tag there, so many things. And sometimes people I just want to have a geotag SEO function, but I don't want my followers see I put it there. So you can drag the tag, keep dragging to the bottom of the screen, not drag to the trash can. When you drag, you will see a trash can in the end. Avoid the trash can, just out of the screen. You can do drag out of screen. Also, you can put it somewhere and then re-click your photo again. So your photo will be on the top layer again. So you can cover everything that's behind the photo. So there are 2 ways. Hope that has solved your problem.
I'm a living history museum. How might we evaluate the success of UGC?
A history museum. I think for a history museum, there's so much content there, right? So you have to rethink. The UGC, the core is who you are, like, you know, what your brand is. Is your brand UGCable, right? Like, you know, think the psychology part, why people have to do that? Why, right? So make your exhibition more fun, set up the rule at the beginning of the tour, right? For example, I remember interesting UGC when I first came. I also went to Dell in 2015. So when the classmates have an interesting like a tour, you have to find certain things in this natural history museum, something like that. So that's the rule. And I go there, you have to take a photo and share in the group, and that's the rule, right? So you can set up the same rule in your museum at the beginning. Try to find this and share on social media, and we will have a contact, something like that, right? We know every month we'll pick a lucky customer to come back again next year or something like that. So just give people a reason to share, right? And sometimes people love to share. Just let them know the rule. Thank you. Okay, let's see. What is a gimbal? So a gimbal is a stabilizer that use some mechanism to make your camera or phone stable. We call them a gimbal. Sorry to throw the jargons there. Um,
Um, do you need to consent to reshare content in the future?
very good, very good question. So in the giant chart, there's some legal reminder there. Yes, however, in today's world, normally if someone tag you on social media on the phone captured um, content in your facility, normally they are agree for you to share because why they tag you, right? But I would go um, careful at first to just comment right on their original text. Love your content. Can we reshare? Right? I would say 99.9%. Yes, of course. That's why I tag you. Right? Yeah. So very good question.
Um,
Also, you have the chance to engage with them to say hi. It's very important.
we had just a follow-up, I guess, to the Living History Museum was the key part being living history, Michelle said.
Living history. Living history. Michelle, can you elaborate a little bit like living history, what living history museum is?
Um, so Michelle, if you wanted to chat with maybe add a little more context there, and if not, we can touch base after the fact, and then um, we'll connect you with someone on our marketing team that
Right.
sorry, on our product development team that helps with the Eastern Shore. So people in costume is what living history would reference here.
People in costume. Yes, okay. Yes, okay. So I think it's great. First, these are rare content, right? You don't see this every day. So you have to go to your place and a certain time and see that. So it's very valuable content. Make sure to let people know on social media in advance. We're having maybe a photo contest of this. And you have a like a gift, right? So people will come here see, oh wow, I don't see this every day. I want to take a photo and share online. So I think you have to promote the uniqueness of this content and to give people the reason why they have to share content online. Um, it's very cool. So just do that in advance, right? On social media, set up a rule on social media. And maybe you and your staff can do a few photos and share on Instagram earlier that day or a day before just to let people know this is a thing. So people don't feel too foreign to do that or too weird to do that. Thanks, Michelle. Okay. I'm here all the time. Shoot me an email if you have more questions.
I was gonna say, yeah, you should
Um,
also book a one-on-one with Will. So um,
awesome.
we're
Thanks,
getting right
everybody.
around
Thanks,
11. So if
Nick.
anybody has any follow-up, Michelle will have Lena will connect you with the product the experience development officer for Eastern Shore, and they can help you with some of your questions. And I'm just gonna take back over here. Thank you so much, Will. Um, give me one sec here. All right. Have a great day, Will. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you, everybody.
So again, thank you for joining us. Will has so many great ideas of how to share that user generated content. If you'd like to delve in further, you should encourage to book a one-on-one. And our next webinar will be Thursday, October 3rd at 10 a.m. It's going to be a 6-step marketing framework with Atlantic Online. So check that out. We'll be sharing it in our some of our channels, but we'll make sure it's also available in Digiport. So I hope to see you there. If you have any ideas for webinars we could have, send us an email at tnsbusiness@novascotia.ca. Our corporate website is tourismns.ca, where our programming and links to Digiport will be found. Our call to action is novascotia.com, so that's where we would feature your tourism business to our visitors. Anything we have relevant to share about the industry, we'll be sharing in our news and resources section. You can sign up for that on tourismns.ca. We are on X/Twitter at tourismns, and you can find us at LinkedIn at Tourism Nova Scotia. Thank you for joining us and have a wonderful day.